Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for joining us here today, this Wednesday, the 4th of June of 2025, for this love reading that we do every single Wednesday. You can comment beneath with yes please, but give me a few days as I'm busy doing the love readings for Patreon, and I will get to all of you. Give me a few days. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and even donating if you feel so called to do so. Thank you in advance, and a special thanks to our patrons as well. Okay, today we're looking at Lenormand. We're using the Lenormand deck, and we're going to do it differently. As you know, I like to change things up. It gets a bit boring with the same old. So we're doing it differently today. I will be in the chat if you want to chat with me, and I'm wishing you well. This could be a timeless reading as well, even though it's the 4th of June. And I do reference the planets here or there. If you're watching this at a later date, don't worry about the planets, just look at the cards. So today we've got Jupiter and Venus, Jupiter from Gemini, the last 29th degree, and Venus from the last degree of Gemini, of Aries, connecting through a sextile aspect, which is a 60-degree angle, which brings opportunities. That's all I will talk about, as the moon is finishing up in Virgo and preparing to enter Libra, and Venus on the 6th, in a couple of days, is entering Taurus, the sign that she rules. So Taurian, Venusian energies in the next couple of days, as the moon will also be transiting through Libra. And we've recently had a new moon in Gemini, very promising, and the beginning of June is very promising, but we're coming up to some challenging aspects mid-month. So I do believe challenging aspects are necessary to get the ball rolling, to get things unstuck, if you may. So let's see what's going on as I'm looking at the couple, and I've in this Lenormand deck. Of course, there are two couples, so because for some of you it's a third party or fourth party situation, we do have another couple that's more fire, air, I would say, more so. Here we've got more water, earth. Don't get stuck on the signs, because we could be looking into someone's moon placement, their Venus placement, their North Node placement, relative to their own personal journey, right? So if the messages resonate for you, then do keep them. If they don't try and fit this to your personal life story. You can get a personal reading done. I've got all the details beneath the video. Okay. I will be taking the angel answers at the end of the reading, as well as some love messages, and we're also using today the fairy tarot cards, just past, present, future, in that deck, just for a bit more information. So I've got the couple here, and we'll be looking at what the challenges are, what's on your mind, you or your person, or both of you. What's been going on in the past, how are you connected karmically, what's going on. We'll be looking at the recent past, and more so towards the now and the near future and the more distant future. So get comfortable, and we'll see what's going on in love. Remember, general reading, not a personal one. So thank you for being here every Wednesday. A big thank you. You are very appreciated, and I'm wishing everyone here well on their personal love journey. Now remember, this could be a relationship that you're trying to manifest, someone you already know, you've been dealing with. That could be the case for others of you. It could be a past lifetime that you've connected with this person. They're both looking towards the past, so the past is quite relevant. I would say. So even if it's someone you've known and dealt with from a past lifetime, which could be a twin flame, which could be a soulmate, which could be a karmic connection, okay, it could be someone that you will be connecting with on your journey and on their journey in this incarnation. Let's see what's going on. So these readings are not only for past loves, they do signify the now and the future. Even if you're single, wow, even if you're single and you don't know the person. So there's a rebuilding. We've got Uranus here, and this is like the tower. It is the tower. So something is breaking down. There's an aha moment. There's a revelation. As we know, Uranus is transiting through the, he's actually stepped on the 29th degree of Taurus. And that's another anaretic degree. So Taurus is a Venus-ruled sign. So where love, self-worth, pleasures are concerned, there's a big change, okay, a big shift. This could also be a spiritual awakening where someone's awakening and understanding that where they've built their life, what they've built their life on relative to love is changing greatly, suddenly, and very unexpectedly. Let's see what's going on. What is the Karma Dharma, dear Spirit? What is the Karma Dharma? We'll see who shows up in the reading. So I've put you together as a couple. This is a relationship reading, right? Whether you know them or you don't know them yet. And they will be possibly entering your life. They could be on their own personal journey as well as you on a parallel journey where that, that parallel path at some point will connect, right? Let's see. Oh my goodness, and it's a twin flame reading for me, this is, because we see the yin and the yang, two energies that merge into one. This is temperance, it is Sagittarian energy. We can say also Pisces. Why? Because well, this is a Sagittarius card, but because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter and Venus, at this time they're on a roll, giving you opportunities. Pisces, Sagittarius comes through, but this is temperance, saying that there's an alchemy going on. You need to be patient. Some of you dealing with someone who comes from a different part of the world with different beliefs, different upbringing, but these are two souls that merge into one. That's why it's my twin flame card, and it's called balance. Remember, temperance is saying there's an alchemy going on. Be patient. Lead is being turned into gold. Healing needs to take place as well. We do see the focus on the heart chakra here. This is the psychic tarot of the heart, so it does speak to love. So number 14 could be a significant number for you. We could be talking to the 14th of June, since this is being done on the 4th of June. And yeah, possible twin flame journey here. Let's do the cards. Let's take the cards. Let's see. Patience. Patience is a virtue. And remember, temperance is Archangel Michael. Send your wishes and your hopes out to Archangel Michael for divine guidance, for signs and synchronicities. Pay attention. Let's see what's going on in this relationship. I do get someone quite shy, grounded, someone possibly, as I said, I do get earth and water in this couple, strong earth and water. Just the way he's sitting, he stands, he's very laid back, he likes to dress casually, possibly because if this is water or earth, obviously earth is stability, earth is practical matters, it's slow, it's gradual, but there, earth doesn't really tell you if this person is going to stay, right? If this is someone you already know, or that this is someone that you can depend on, that they can give you that long-term relationship that you're possibly looking for. They're slow and they're gradual. Earth can also mean that someone's very hardworking. So the fact that we see them dressed casually, this could be on their days off. I would say that this would be someone that's quite they're very goal orientated and on a stable path to building stable success, where money and relationships, they are very interconnected. So this could be someone, yes, that if you already know them and they're always there and showing up, but not very active and proactive, this could be, if this is someone that's always showing up, then they've got possibly feelings that they may fear opening up with. Same goes for the divine feminine. I mean, she's got an open book here, which could say that she is an open book. She's more open about her emotions. Well, the feminine, the yin energy, whoever holds that within the relationship, is usually more nurturing, more motherly, more loving, and more open emotionally. But again, we see two people that are similar in energies. It's just that she's more of an open book. She's someone, she could be someone that's into education. She could be a teacher. She could be someone that's always studying something new. I mean, she does hold the book, but the book is open. And this could be a very important relationship for her, where it's a very significant relationship. So it's part of her history and part of her future. So part of her life's journey, let's say. So very significant indeed relationship for her. They both have the romantic factor, as they're both holding a rose. So the rose does signify Venus. Remember, Venus's synodic cycle, as she connects with the sun, and she's direct and then she's retrograde. She goes from morning star to evening star. This could be a relationship that's lasted for years or lifetimes, we can say, where there are openings and then closings, going back and then moving forward, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Just like the rose, the 5-pointed star that Venus forms, the goddess of love, peace, tranquility, and pleasure. She forms a 5-pointed star, 5-petal rose as well. So I do get cycles. Now the cycles, as I said, could be in this incarnation or could be including past incarnations. So let's see what's going on, please, Spirit. Please guide us as to what's going on with this relationship. First of all, I'd like to see what the challenge is. Oh my God. Wow. Now the challenge is either another divine feminine, could be fire sign. Well, let's not get stuck on the signs, as I said. Could be a fire sign, could be an air sign. She does wear Venus on her chest. Venus right now is transiting through Aries. So it could be a timing card, let's say, where if this is not another individual, another woman, where this divine masculine has got choices, it could be another side to this divine feminine, okay? But more so, I would say that she's another individual. So whether it's another love connection, it could be a sister, could be a sibling of this divine masculine, obviously sisters want what's best, right? They want what's best for their brother, but she could also be someone that's very different in nature, sees things from a different perspective, and could be someone that does play a major role within your relationship, whether she's helping or hindering, we don't know. Also, because she's more sexually orientated, passionate, inspirational, creative, leadership, she's got leadership material, and she's very comfortable with her sexuality. That could also be a challenge for this divine feminine, because, well, this divine feminine would be someone that's more grounded, more fragile, and more even frigid, I would say, relative to her sexuality. So needs to be certain before she could open up sexually to the other, to her person. So take it as it resonates. Remember, so therefore, because it's she's a very sexually natured individual, that could also be the challenge within the relationship, right? So matters pertaining to even emotional or even physical sexual side of the relationship. We will see. Interesting, because all these cards, we've got a 28 and a 29. The feminine are a 29. 28 is the masculine. And we do have quite a few big planets that are at that 29th anaretic degree. And that anaretic degree is a degree of urgency. It's where the planet is finishing up in a particular sign and knows that we'll enter another environment, another sign, and therefore the energies will change greatly. But there's like a sense of urgency that I need to hurry, because it's do or die, it's now or never sort of thing. And they are difficult degrees. Let's see what's on the mind of you or your person, or both of you. We've got the child. The child could be an actual child, or it could be an actual new beginning, right? Because the child is newness. The child could speak to naivety, big age difference possibly as well. Because it's a number 13, I do get Scorpio, so change which could lead on to a new cycle, a new opportunity. But also children, or a particular child, plays a major role here. Let's see what is the karma and what is very important, as this is the root of the reading. We've got the bridges, and the bridges, we see two bridges. So this could be a relationship where you're at a physical distance from each other, separated by water. You're living on different continents possibly, but it could also speak to choices, right? We see the bridges. They look quite scary, right? Something you'd see in your dream. So there's fear of falling and perishing, right? Relative to choices made, or someone's life generally connected to love. So we do see choices here. The bridges can also speak to needing to get over something. I do get the bridges like the 5 of Cups, where we need to sort of release any negative tendencies or things that have gone on in the past. So, it's bridge over water, getting over things, right? So that could also be something. Let's look at the near future. We've got a transition, a positive transition. This could possibly speak to gifts, luck. The transition could be a physical travel. Now the ship, we should say, the ship is a Jupiterian energy, so possibly dealing with someone that is physically at a distance, but also Jupiter will be entering Cancer on the 9th, which will be bringing more gifts. Jupiter will be exalted in Cancer, and Cancer is an emotional sign, water sign. So with water is very much about our emotions, our psychic ability. Cancer also speaks to the past and someone's personal life. So I'm wondering if that's not going to bring big transition for someone's personal life, possible movement from one relationship to another. Number 3, it is a number 3, which is also the Empress. Patience, that the ship, I do get like the 3 of Wands, your ships are coming in, but they're showing on the distant horizon. Well, it's not going to be too distant because it's in the near future position. Let's look at the past. Okay, we've got the birds, and the birds are messengers. The birds can also speak to social media if you're connecting with someone through messaging, through social networks. But the birds can also speak to anxiety, possibly gossip, or even some excitement. Birds speak to communication. So I don't know how the communication has been, if there has been communication at all. But as I said, birds do involve, we see 4 birds here. And this could be someone that does talk with a lot of people, is very, very active on social media. I don't know if it's their personal or their business life. We do see the masculine that's connected with the birds here. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the masks here. The anchor. The house. There's anxiety and nervousness relative to either business matters connected to this divine masculine. Not to say that the feminine couldn't be in the same energy. Since this is a twin flame connection, remember twin flame connections are like a mirroring relationship where what's happening with one person could be quite similarly happening to the other, as well as they are in a mirroring relationship. So because the anchor can speak to business, stability, we've got the house here, the home, which could speak to family, could speak to any property or land. So if this person could be someone that could be into real estate, right? They could be a builder. They could be, if this is anything to do with business, where they do talk with a lot of people through social media, possibly also doing business on a global level, but also if this is relative to this person's home and their family, because they could be a parent, and the feminine could be a parent, of course, as they what's on their mind are the children, is a particular child, is a brand new beginning. So there's angst, there's stress about stability, financial stability, or even gossip and lots of talk relative to your person's personal life. Possibly someone that likes to keep things under wraps relative to their personal life. Now, this could also be the involvement of many people. Could be family members that are getting involved in this divine masculine's personal life. Could be their marriage life, because we've got the anchor here. We've got the storks here and the mask. Now, the mask does speak to wearing a mask, not seeing things clearly. And we see a double mask, so I get that possibly both of you are not totally open about everything that's going on in your life. Either that, or this is saying that someone is not seeing clearly. The masks do signify the Pisces energy for me. So Pisces could be a spiritual connection, a hidden connection with the masks, but also remember Pisces is the 12th natural house, so it can speak to a secret love affair, since we've got a love triangle here for most of you. But this could also be something that is unknown, that this couple is not aware of. We do see this divine feminine, which is in the challenge position for this relationship. We do see that she's looking at the ship, which can speak to transition. I don't know if she is also from a foreign place, because remember, birds are messengers, and they do fly from one place to another. So yes, this person could be in a commitment or even a marriage with a foreign individual here. She's possibly looking at transition. She's got her back turned to this divine masculine. That's an interesting one as well. And she's possibly looking also, she may be aware, if this is a love triangle, she may be subtly, I don't know how much, aware of this connection. And if she's someone who wants to keep this relationship, then she's putting her best foot forward, trying to hold on to this connection more so on a more skin deep level, whereas this masculine, this feminine, they're more grounded, they're more about matching in other departments. So being more goal orientated, needing financial stability, providing a safe environment for their offspring, if they do have, as we've got the child there. So very different energetically, very different. But we can see this could be a competitive duo here, whether they're aware of each other or not. With the more earth and water, which I said, I do get a little bit of air, because she's even holding a book, right? And the book is our perception, the way we think. They do think more long-term, more stable, whereas this queen here would be more about today and tomorrow, not the long-term future. Yeah, so that's what she aims for. Let's continue. As we've got the storks here and we see transition movement are possible, this could be migrating, moving back to another homeland, or this could be a house move that some of you may not be aware of, that could be significant at this time. But remember, Pisces is also the 12th natural house, which speaks to a major karmic life cycle that's coming to an end because new things are opening up. We could go so much deeper, but let's continue. Let's continue more into the future. Wow, we do see the scythe here. And the scythe is like an ending. It's something very sudden. And we've got the bear, and the bear could be a mother figure, or someone that holds the higher position, the position of CEO, the one in charge, right? The bear does protect its best interests, its cubs, its children. This could be, yes, relative to someone that could be quick-tempered. They do say don't poke the bear, don't anger the bear, because they are there could be quick anger and lots of sudden cutting and clearing out relative to what the blockages were. The blockages, for me, this is like Neptune, and this is Saturn here. Neptune and Saturn now, they're transiting early Aries, which is someone that, Aries is a new beginning, a new cycle, new life journey. Aries is I, me, my. It's more about taking care of thyself, the individual now, because there's a new life cycle that's opening up. And, Saturn can speak to the truth. Saturn could be the boundaries, but Neptune will dissolve the boundaries relative to fears of the blockages, fear of not being strong enough, fear of overcoming any major obstacles or limitations. And we see a 21 here, which again is like the World card. So physical distance could be a bit of an issue where your relationship is concerned. But this could also say that, yes, the masks are coming down because Saturn brings the truth. But someone needs to be strong. There's a big change on the horizon. Someone needs to be very confident, take the position of leadership to protect this new beginning here. The nest, we see the stalks, and the stalks could be also cycles that you've had in this connection again and again. But remember, the stalks bring the child, which bring the new beginning. But this could also be someone that is now taking off those masks, let's say, taking off the mask, being more truthful. So a lot of truth bombs here, which will bring a transition, lots of changes, lots of, because, as I said, Neptune is dissolving the boundaries that Saturn is putting up, right? And someone needs to be more mature, needs to take the position of challenge, but also leadership, and do the work. Let me just close the door for a second. Okay, let's take another layer. What's at the bottom? We've got the tree, and the tree can speak to long-standing relationship, past connection, health, the health of this relationship. Love triangles cannot be healthy. There's a lot of wounding, a lot of pain. When there are other options. The tree can also speak to significance where the family is concerned and someone's lineage. So someone being very traditional, following traditions. And the scythe can also speak to change, where, I'm going to change things up. I'm not going to follow the norm, because there's opportunities here for, because Pisces can also speak to someone carrying some karma from their ancestors, their mother, their father, let's say, and they're needing to do the work and transition, change, move towards lots of changes, start to build a brand new life, a brand new nest, let's say. Could be also at a physical distance, because remember, again, birds do transition, and they move from continent to continent. They usually look for the safest place, right, to build their nest. And it's interesting, just 3-4 days ago, I actually got to see this in real life, and it was so amazing, seeing, actually they weren't storks, they were pelicans. And of course they build their nests at the highest point, at these really tall poles. And the pelican was actually sitting on the nest. It was a beautiful sight, absolutely beautiful, and does promise a lot of newness, right? So let's continue. Let's see, why is the child on their mind? What is this about? Well, goodness me, I'm not reading reversals, and the heart came through in the reversal, in the reverse. That is the heart. So I'm wondering if this is not a child that is heartbroken, or this new beginning will take a little while longer because of a reverse card relative to love. Right, this is like the twin flame. You could see the swans here facing each other, and they do form a heart. So this has got to do with the heart chakra. This could speak to a broken heart. That's what's on their mind, that love has failed them and they're hoping or praying for a new beginning, unless they're needing to release a broken heart from a past connection before this new beginning can take place. Let's see. And we've got the moon. Lots of secrets, lots of hidden emotions. The moon can speak to someone's home and their personal life. Remember, Cancer rules the natural fourth house, but the moon is also the mother. And I'm wondering if this is an actual child, then there could be a disappointment from the mother because the heart was in the reverse and we've got the moon, which can be the mother. For some, I get that there could be if this is a mother that's unfit and therefore that's an issue, obviously, because of the reversed heart on this child. If that is an unfit mother, then there could be also another motherly figure which is taking care of this child. Could be a grandmother, could be a nana, could be an auntie, someone that fills the shoes of the unfit mother, if that is the case. Because there's, with the moon, which speaks to secrecy, possibly deception, it also tells me that this other queen, because she's more fiery, she's more active, proactive, possibly also more self-centered. So instead of loving her child, let's say she's loving herself, doing the Aries thing. And please don't, I'm not putting Aries individuals down. I've got a daughter that's Aries, but sometimes this could be the case. And that was a fine detail, obviously, because of the reversed heart card. What is this needing to cross over a bridge, or needing to forgive, needing to release the past and move towards the future? We've got the book. So possibly having found things out, possibly in the past, that were hidden, needing to forgive. Either that or something's been revealed. It could be things that have been revealed relative to a past connection, because the book does bring up Pisces again, and Pisces could be secrecy. Or remember that this feminine has got a book open, whereas we've got a book that's closed and it's closer to the masculine. So there's possibly lots of secrecy having come from the masculine towards the feminine. And the feminine needs to be able to overcome that and forgive and release things from the past that were kept from her, possibly. I want to take one more. Yeah, and we've got the fish here. And the fish does speak to abundance. But again, Pisces. And we've got a King of Pentacles here. This is the King of Pentacles. So someone that could be a father. This would be a father or a business owner, right? And someone that does work very hard towards providing financial security and safety towards the family that they've created. Let's say King of Pentacles would be someone that's very into business, but also someone that could own their own business. We do see with the fish, because the fish is also Pisces, again, there could be illusion, disillusionment, a lot of things that are hidden. That could have been another secret as to the financial standing of the divine masculine, even though it's close to the divine feminine. I do get strong Pisces for this feminine here. And, Pisces is also unconditional love, also very spiritual. We also see the moon very close to this feminine. So she could be someone that's very sacrificing, very loving. Could be someone that's an open book with her personal matters and connected to her children, being open about her her children and who they are, what they do, so on and so forth. I want to see the past a little bit. What are these birds? What's been going on in the past? Because I know the past is leading up to the now and in the future, and you're here because you don't know what's been going on. So we've got the Tower. We've got the Lily. We've got the dice, which speaks to either someone that goes and they go to the casino often, someone who takes risks with their personal life, their work life, where business is concerned. Could be someone that invests their money. After business, they also invest their money, and is someone obviously that's more risk orientated. Either that or someone took a risk and got caught because things may have come to light. And that's why we've got someone needing to sort of get over something here for a new cycle to begin. Here with the Tower. The Tower speaks to limitations and timing. To me, I see it also as someone that is someone that's very lonely in their home, in their personal life. Someone that does mingle and does talk a lot with many people, but in their personal life, I think that they're more, they feel that their family life is more sacred and not very open about that. Someone maybe that seems happy and light-hearted and so on and so forth, but in reality, this is someone that maybe feel like that they can't share what's going on in their personal life. But also because the Tower for me is like the ivory tower where someone is trapped. So this person would be more so your masculine. Not to say, let's not cross out the feminine if she is in that position as well, with small differences with the masculine. It's someone doing their research here, trying to get out of this Eiffel Tower, but also trying to do things by the book, trying to keep by the rules and not rock the boat too much. And that's what I get with the Lily here. The Lily does speak to morality, ethics, but also speaks to sexuality. So someone wanting to do things by the book or wanting to be ethical in the sexual department, even though there could be a spiritual commitment where there are third parties. Unless this is your divine masculine doing their research on how they can get themselves out of this Eiffel Tower, out of this relationship that's they found themselves in. So they may be going through a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress if something has come to light. Possibly also because the Tower could be where someone needs to go to governmental agencies, or the Tower could be a hospital. So I'm wondering if there isn't some health issues connected to this child, if this is a physical child. And we could say the inner child as well, the inner child of this divine masculine. Because I do get very strongly someone following in traditions, but I do see big changes and that changing. Remember with the Tower that we saw before with a psychic Tower of the Heart, the Tower which said someone's going through a spiritual awakening where they've built their lives, they've built a castle in the sand and that's coming down, right? That can't stand for too long. I want to take one more card on this feminine. I want to get more information on her. So the lucky clover for the relationship, for this relationship, right? there is a lucky opportunity, but it's in the challenge position if we're talking about the feminine and the masculine. But since this is on this divine feminine, the lucky clover means a lot of luck. So she had an opportunity. She actually grabbed the opportunity. And it's very connected to finances, very connected to moving house, settling elsewhere. And maybe it was a hush-hush story as well, situation where I do get that there was a lot of secrecy around this, because the birds can also be the community, and someone was not very open to what was going on in their personal life. So, and this was the lucky clover where she grabbed the opportunity, but it's in the challenge position. I don't get that this will last forever. So let's see, why do we have the ship in the near future? Yeah, someone's following their true north. Let's make a little bit of space here so you could see the cards better. Someone's following their true north, and their true north is not where they're residing now. So following their heart as well. This does involve travel for sure, because it's the compass. Let's look at those masks. What are they about? I mean, we've got Pisces, Virgo energy here, and we know the nodal axis is happening on that. The nodes, the eclipses are happening on the Pisces, Virgo axis. So someone's looking very closely at the details, maybe possibly an opportune moment where masks are coming off, and possibly missed details are coming to the surface, coming to light. Let's take one more. And I get that they are synchronicities. Why? Because it's a 44, and that's the angels bringing in some details about things that were hidden. Let's see. About someone's personal life, their public life. Because this is someone's reputation, their public life. And possibly this transition is leading to changes where someone's social standing is concerned. But also there's not... it's going to take time before the news comes out. So it may have to do with a past connection. If you're in a secretive connection with someone that's, because we could have third parties, third people, four people, right? We only see a third party situation so far. But to me, this is like putting all the details together and figuring things out. It feels like we're dealing with someone that is quite a public figure, and therefore trying to keep their personal life in secret. But nothing stays secret forever. And I do feel that masks will drop, and there will be more understanding about what is really going on. And it's, coming from this new beginning, or relative to this child and this home. The home to me is like a relationship, but it's also, of course, someone's personal and stable life. So a lot will be revealed because we've got the moon here, and the moon does speak to things that were hidden, possibly, with the lunation cycles, new moon, full moon, eclipse energies that have been activated now. And I did mention that in the community post. If you did not follow that link that I put in our last upload, do check it out and read, because the eclipse of the 14th of March has been activated in the Virgo part of our chart. So something will be revealed. Let's see what that is. The mountain. So if this to me feels like the blockages coming down here, because we've got the death card. The death card means change. Also the blockages or the walls are coming down. There is big change here. Why do we have the scythe? Yeah, this is someone finishing up, closing up a major cycle in their life. This could be a typical divorce or talk of divorce. or talk of changes where a new cycle is concerned, but it comes after an ending. Let's have a look at these storks. We've got the dog, which speaks to loyalty, devotion, someone really wanting or really hoping that what they've been devoted towards can begin after many, many cycles. You know, there's also friendship here, obviously. This could be help coming from friends, information coming from friends. To me, this could also speak to an offer, an invitation, because the little dog, the little puppy, he's got his leash in his mouth and he's got a ball and he wants to play. So it's like an invitation. Let's play. Let's connect. And this is a key, and the key speaks to freedom. The key speaks to an open wound, or someone breaking free from any challenges of the past, secrecy, dilemmas, choices. Forgiveness is necessary here. Someone is looking for a new beginning in their life. The key does speak to Chiron, which has been activated by Venus in the sign of Aries. So someone finding the revelation about this new journey, physical or metaphorical. Someone finds their way out of this golden cage. And a golden cage, you know, gold means finances, securities, money, but sometimes a golden cage could become a golden prison, right? But the key is found and the door is open here. So lots of lessons, lots of needing to heal certain wounds, but they will heal through transition and change. Let's have a look at the bear. The bear could be a mother figure. It could be a grandfather, grandmother. I did say grandfather first, even though it's someone that's very motherly, very supportive. But let's take more information on this. We've got the whip. So that we do see conflict here. Someone being conflicted about an ending, or it could be internal or external, or even anything to do with legalities. Someone needing to be confident and work through what they're leaving behind, because I do see possible separation, divorce, and breakups here. What is the what's coming out here relative to the reputation? Lots of things that were hidden will be communicated. There are the birds, here are the birds. So communication relative to the recent past, someone talking about their personal life or their personal hardships. Lots of things will be cleared. Lots of things will be seen as the sun. There's nothing hidden beneath the sun. So a lot of someone's reputation also taking a beating here. What's that there? And we've got a very deep wound here, or a lot of hardships and blockages that did not let the emotions flow because someone needed to go through an ending. Lots of secrecy relative to someone's living situation, their emotional family life. But there's also deep, deep emotions here that are going through a metamorphosis, an ending and a new beginning, of course, because the well to me reminds me of water, right? Hidden emotions, right? Lots of hidden, deep emotions. We do have Scorpio. I do get Pisces. I do get Cancer, all the water signs here. But someone's been bottling up their emotions. This could be the release of someone's emotions here, because the emotions cannot be kept anymore. And that won't be easy, but it will bring a lot of freedom, a lot of openings. Let's have a look at someone following their north node or following their heart. What does it speak to? And we've got the clock, and the clock is Saturnian, it's timing. So there is movement, there is change, but the clock is ticking. It's going to take a little bit of time. Let's see, because someone needs to cut out a cycle that they've been in. The potential is here. There is the sun, where someone does reach their happiness. Someone does reach the ability to follow their heart, is able to do so, is confident. This is Leo, and Leo could be the season in which all this will be happening. The sun does speak to healing as well, but breaking unhealthy, bad habits or cycles in someone's life, which won't be easy. And I'm going to say we could be dealing with someone that is very much, very courageous, very leader-like, very strong. I do get the Emperor energies, but in the emotional, personal department, love department, it's totally different. Let's see. And we've got the choices here. The portals are open here. Lots of adjustments, lots of dilemmas and opportunities, I'm going to say. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. We've also got a King of Wands here. We've got a King of Swords here. So I'll leave that up to you. Let's not get stuck on the signs, as I said. King of Pentacles is here. The Sun is the Ace of Pentacles, so that's an interesting one. And the ring is the Ace of Wands. So interesting. Lots of opportune moments here. This is like, I want this long term. I want this long term. And the scythe is on the Knight of Pentacles, which would be Earth, more so Virgo energy. So someone wanting to do things by the book, and someone strategizing and planning for the future as they're following their heart and wanting a commitment that's going to be long lasting. But there needs to be obviously confidence, there needs to be clarity, there needs to be action taken and not being recessive and just waiting on the other person. So it's like a doing a dance energy. So also this queen here, Queen of Fire or Air, with this clover, lucky clover, it's telling me that as an energy, if she's not a third person, as an energy, the fact that someone is proactive and does take action, moves their hands and doesn't sit back and wait, can also bring opportunities here. For reciprocities, the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a very Karma Dharma card for me, which can say that obviously Six of Pentacles for me is someone was investing in a wrong connection, but also possibly she could be seeking a payout if there is going to be a separation and a divorce, but also where the action and the movement from both parties here could bring the understanding that there is reciprocal emotions and feelings here, that there is the desire to take action, that there is sexual desire. There's not only we see life through the same lens, right, that we match in the practical life department, money department, and doing the right thing, being there is a sense of traditions, following traditions, even though there's like the challenge here is that both these traditional archetypes, this couple maybe are needing to do things in a different way. They do say if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's a sign of madness. You're expecting a different result, whereas you're doing things in the same way. Maybe you need to tweak that. I want to take one more card on that, on the child and the heart that came through in the reverse and the moon. And we've got the birds, another bird card, but it's the owl. So possibly seeing things during the night time. So some information that was hidden. Some of you may have been waiting on information. It's the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles twice here. So maybe something that's been going on in the recent past may be revealed during the night hours. It could be connected to this new cycle. Information that was kept very hush-hush about a child, about a broken heart that this child holds, or, potential for a new beginning, and someone opening up emotionally about what's been going on in their life. What was this risk taken in the past? What was that? Wow, and look at that. So the fact that it fell here, and we've got the maze, we've got quite a few people here. So there is a lot of confusion. The three birds are here, and, trying to get out of this confusion in this maze is not easy. The birds that show up in the near future will help someone get out of this situation here. And that's why sometimes a risk factor, taking a risk on love, can bring more confusion as we bring more people into the story, whether it's another love partner, right, or whether it's family members. What are the birds and the tower about? Yeah, a lot of worry, a lot of depression, possibly connected to your person. A lack of, they've stopped communicating in the past, have they? And the star comes through here. And the star is the Six of Cups. So I do see a soul connection as well as a spiritual connection. There's a very strong sexual connection as well, but both parties are wanting to do things by the book, trying to do the right thing by their family members in relation to who and what they're responsible for. But this is also a wish fulfillment, possibly at a distance, which promises, it's a 16 like the tower that fell through before, that promises great changes. And I would say with this card, even though there hasn't been communication, someone has been checking out the social media, the messaging, past messages, going over messages, because this is the Six of Cups. It's the nostalgia and reminiscing relative to past, more innocent times, more happier times. What is this dilemma here? We've got the cross. So 2-3 weeks. Well, this is more in the, this is the near future. This is the more distant. I did speak of the Leo season possibly here for some of you. For others of you, this could be the Scorpio season as well, because we've got Scorpio Leo here. And for others of you, we could be talking to the Capricorn season, so towards the end of the year. Remember, timing is very hard to pinpoint. Also Virgo season, so the eclipses, the eclipse season, roughly September there, very significant as well. The cross says, go with your gut instinct. Trust that spirit is guiding you. You need to keep the faith that any choices that are made will work out in your favor. And we've got an 11 and a 22, which are portals that open and opportunities. So you need to carry this burden. Someone is carrying this burden until that time. And as I said, this could be legalities, because someone is looking for their freedom and trying to build on a brand new cycle, and hoping that there will be loyalty here, that someone will continue to work towards this new cycle or this new beginning, as someone is setting up a nest, a new life, a new home, a new beginning where love is concerned. But timing is of great importance here. What is the information that's coming through? That there is a deep desire to to connect sexually, that there is possibly also, because we do see the feminine and the masculine, that there could have been a fourth person that may have been revealed, because we've got Venus and Mars and they are the lovers. Or others of you are finding out that your person is still very much desiring to connect with you. And this could be this could be communication, that the divine masculine, if there isn't 3 and 4 people, that the divine masculine is carrying the Mars energy. So they're being active, they're moving forward. And Ace of Cups, there could be an offer here. It could be an offer here. Or what's being revealed also that could be coming out in the community could be that there has been infidelity relative to your divine masculine. And I'm not going to cross out that this could involve the divine feminine, which I feel is most of you here. So let's see. I want to see what this is here. We've got a brand new cycle, 9 of Cups. So there's a wish fulfillment, lots of news, lots of communication, travel, possible travel, lots of movement back and forth. Someone is opening up emotionally, and it's very connected to the divine masculine. Now, I don't know who is what anymore. I think take the messages as they resonate for you. I do see a brand new cycle, a lot of travel. Someone is moving. I mean, you see that this is the merry-go-round, but I feel that someone's getting off the merry-go-round because of the scythe here. So this is a brand new journey. Someone's following what makes them feel good. All right? I want to see this secrecy and this forgiveness. We've got the snake, so there are third parties here for sure, and there is a secret love affair here. The snake is the other woman. I mean, she's a Queen of Wands, so she is very connected to this person, this woman here, this feminine. But there's a necessity for, turning the poison into medicine. She is the enemy, and there's competitive energies here. But remember, the snake is also the forbidden fruit, but also a very deep and secretive, passionate connection. It could be of course, secret love affair, I'm going to say again. I want one more on the snake. And we've got the bouquet, which speaks to flirtation. It is connected to someone having taken a risk here, bringing someone else into the picture. Why do we have the maze? It had to do with communication. Communication relative to someone's business, a lot of advice, a lot of lies and deception relative to what was truly going on as well. So I get the theft energy here, someone not being totally truthful with you, possibly the divine masculine. And what's the mice? What's this depression about? Obviously, that would be a sign of weakness if your person told you the true reality of the situation, yet that they've been sneaky with you and they've been dealing with a fox. What is that? And why is that crowning? Why are the owls crowning this reading? Well, I forgot. Yeah, we had the tree there. So possibly a lot will be revealed relative to a past connection, relative to family situations as well, but also issues connected to health and the family. And it could be relative to this child or this new beginning. So a healthy connection, but things need to come to light. Wow, what a reading this was. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It really helps the channel. Please share the video. And if you're interested in a personal reading like this, then don't hesitate to reach out. If you're a patron, of course, you're entitled to a discount. So it does pay you to be on Patreon with us. Let's see. Past, present, future, dear Spirit. Relative to this twin flame or soulmate connection, but there could also be, if you're karmically connected to someone that you're wanting to get out of, you could also be looking at the past, present, future relative to that, because we do see two people that are very much about pressing on the accelerator. They are wanting to connect physically. They're wanting to take action. They're not wanting to sit back and just wait and be recessive anymore. So if we don't have third parties, so on and so forth, and you're just looking at, you know, this queen of fire or air, if this is you in another light, we see your other half in your near future. So we could see it like that as well. Or if you see yourself as this other feminine here, right? You could have been dealing with someone that was more sexual, not so much on the same page with you. And there could be a potential for your partner in the near future connecting with someone that was more like them. So do you get what I mean? I hope I didn't lose you there. Let's go. Past, present, and future. And please start to think of your questions. Start to think of your questions with the angel answers. Past, present, future. Past. Seven of Winter. So you see there has been secrecy, theft, sneakiness. There is a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. Yes. Right on. With the fox and the mice here, surely. In the now, we've got the Chariot, which speaks to the Cancer season, which is just around the corner. Success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. It is a major arcana, so very important. The Chariot does speak to movement, new home, new relationship, change of home, travel, overcoming obstacles as a choice is made. And the possible near future, we've got the Emperor. Wow, everyone. I did say that we've got the Emperor here. Where is he? I felt like it was the Emperor. I can't remember. You'll have to... I was looking down here and, oh yeah, on the bear. And I got, because it's the number 15 and it's the 10 of Wands. 15 is like the devil, which the Emperor and the devil and the Hierophant for me are very similar cards. So someone needing to surpass their fears relative to choices that they're needing to make. And the fears could also be even stepping past the parental fears. And what I mean by that is stepping over and getting past someone's traditions, what they've grown to believe, what they were taught. So this could also be, the bear could also be a very powerful mother figure. So a son, let's say, or even a daughter, finding the courage to live their own life and not follow in traditions, right? So to take the lead, take the power away from a very strong motherly or fatherly figure. So that could be the case. What's at the foundation? But use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. That's what we want. The Emperor is what everyone wants here. Oh my God, everyone. Oh my God. Thank you, Spirit. Time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. You've been waiting for this. Here is the Empress, here is the Emperor. They are meant to be, my dear friends. I'm not even going to look further beneath that. I said 3 cards, but I always tend to take a peek beneath that. Let's have a look at the psyche and the emotions. I want to take 3 cards, as I do have love readings, an individual love readings to do for Patreon, which will be released to the public here on YouTube on the 20th of the month of June. So thank you to our patrons for being patient. Today's the 4th, and I'm just, you know, life happens. Life happens, my dear friends, and I will not read unless I'm fit enough and strong enough and in good spirits so that I can read. So thank you for understanding. We've got stuck, but the stuck card has come through in the reverse. This is getting unstuck. Thank you very much. We've got pause. I feel that the pause is saying here, because it's like the Hanging Man, that the energies are starting to flow now. Here is Saturn, Neptune. They're starting to flow. Someone's seen the light. Someone is doing a release. They're releasing also the victimhood and the martyrism. I can't even say the word. Not being the martyr. Not being everyone's doormat and being stepped on. They've seen the light. They've done the work. They're seeing things now from a different perspective. Right, so this is release, but they need a little bit of time because of the pause, the word pause. And this is the muse. This is having all the tools to make the magic. For me, this is like the magician. It's like Pisces. It's like the vision, right? Because we've got Saturn again, Neptune. The vision, the dream, not living in the ethereal, this relationship, not being on the ethereal levels, but more so having the tools to paint, you know, having the tools to paint this picture, but in a more grounding and more practical and more real way. A lot will be revealed that's been hidden as well. Do pay attention to your dreams. Look at signs, synchronicities, numbers. Okay, this is imagining and creating, because this card in the reverse feels like Saturn saying now you've got an opportune moment, but this opportunity, remember the lucky clover, will possibly close by early September because Saturn, Neptune will return back to Pisces. Maybe that's the pause, that someone needs time until then, because this big change will happen early 2026, my dear friends. As come September, we've got eclipses again. Right? Remember, we're not all on the same timeline. It's like Saturn and Neptune have given Pisces a breather. And Pisces is that we're needing to see things from another perspective. Yes, and it can speak to a secretive, spiritual connection, a secret love affair, a distant connection, people needing their time to understand what they need to do, who or what they need to sacrifice to be able to connect, right, and create this. So imagining and then taking the practical steps will bring this, the realization of this dream. And we've got the Emperor here. What does it say again? Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized. So it looks like the Emperor is getting organized. A firm but compassionate leader. So they do have compassion. And there's admiration after a metamorphosis here. This could be someone spying on you, looking at your social media. We see the metamorphosis. She's like a butterfly. I mean, she's so, think of it, you know, ballerina, so sweet and so light on her feet. And she's like a butterfly that's come through, you know, gone through her death process. You know, the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. That's what it's like here. So pause the video if you can, and ask your questions as I'm preparing to take your answers. And then we will take the love cards, the love messages. What is going on in love, dear Spirit? What is going on? Okay, not the right time. It's up to you. If you believe, they have come through surely in the reading. Not the right time. I did say that Kronos is here, even though for some of you there has been a release of the blockages, and for others of you will happen in the future here. But there's still pause here. And then if you believe, here is the cross. Let's take some more messages. Hopefully we can answer all of your questions. Peaceful resolution, and it's up to you. That would give me the Queen of Fire or Air. So energetically, it's like the ball is in your court. No, but not with the exclamation mark. Someone not finding a peaceful resolution very easily. Remain positive, even though you've got some drawbacks here. Helpful people. People will be very helpful. Be assertive. Trust. Compromise. There are the scales of justice, which to me speaks to the more distant future. And we've got get more information. Why do you do that to us? The last card says get more information. Maybe this is saying possibly that you need more information relative to a personal reading. Big happy changes. Okay, hopefully that is a personal message for you, my dear friends. Now let's get into their head. Let's get into their emotions. Hopefully we're not connecting to your emotions only, but your person. And you know, I want to be sneaky myself. I want to be playful, and I want to give you more information. So I'm going to take a peek under the Empress, just because we can, and I'm sure lots of you are wanting this. So let's take a peek. 3 of Winter. Reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. Wow. So the Empress has gone through a heartbreak. But remember that she's got a seed in her tummy that is growing. Time to take action, it says. The power of creativity. Success that allows for a life of luxury. And we know the Empress, of course, is Taurus, Libra, but I do get Aries. So if there's been a heartbreak and a disappointment and no action from the other side, maybe it's saying that the Spirit is saying don't be just recessive and sit back. Time to take action, because the Empress is she's usually waiting on the others. But here comes the Venus in Aries that's saying, and of course through action, through the Venus in Aries action, and then Venus entering on the 6th into Taurus, that's when you can manifest the reality of the Empress. So maybe it is a time of action and not being recessive. It's up to you what you're going to do in your own personal journey. The physical distance between us is so great. I need to decide if I can do this. Time will tell. A love like ours will never pass. Be mine. We do have a be mine. We've got the ring in the future. I see pain and sorrow in your eyes. Please trust that I won't ever hurt you. One day we may meet again somewhere in time. That's my twin flame card. I just wanted to mention I do randomly choose people for a free Lenormand reading. We're still doing that. So maybe not every reading that I upload, but I do. I am choosing people where I've got their email, where I've got, I've obviously connected with you in the past, so I've got your email, and I can connect with your energy, even if I don't remember your sun, all your placements. I do still connect with your energy because you're here commenting every single upload. So continue to comment, and you may be the chosen one. The chosen ones. Okay, so and it's a Lenormand reading done through email where I record an audio for you and send that through email. Okay, so wow, okay, I really want to work on us. You are worth it. You bring such happiness to my life. I've made a million mistakes. Can you forgive me? You are my sun. You are my soul. You are a dream come true. I feel blessed. You make me quiver. I'm hooked on you. You turn me on. So the fire is growing. My wish is for us to be together forever. Someone wants reconciliation here. And your love touched my soul. I've got nothing else to say. We've got more red than black, but even the black cards are very positive here. And you were too overbearing. I felt suffocated, insecurities, and jealousy. So yes, this gives us a perspective from another connection, a past commitment. Peak opportunity for abundance. Look at this. She's being showered with stability here and abundance, my dear friends. So be open to receive these big happy changes. For some of us, it will take a little bit longer. I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you all connecting with us here. I'm sending you lots of love and a big special thank you, as I said, to our patrons for their love and their support and for their patience in receiving their individual love readings. They will be done in the next few days, my dear friends. Probably 2, 2, 3, 3, because I can't get all done in one day. I think we'll leave it there. If I've forgotten anything, I will write it in the comments beneath. Okay. Love and light to all of you. I'm wishing you well. Good luck. Namaste. I will see you soon.